Greetings, Dennis Daniels here. I want to share with you some data validation techniques in Google Spreadsheets. You'll see on the left side I have a Russian phrase and an English phrase, and I wanted to identify what kind of phrases those are so that I can sort them when I need them. And let's see if I can actually sort them now. Data. And I'll sort column C by A to Z. And it works quite well. So I can set just the phrases by alphabetical. I can also theoretically filter these, and I can filter by, let's turn off, I can clear all, and now I'm going to just filter by beach. So I just want phrases with beach, and there we go. So now I don't know why this one stayed there. Maybe because let's go to filtering again, filter, go to the top, filter, doesn't have the filter option in the column. I can sort, I can protect the range, etc., but I can't necessarily filter. So let's try using a filter over here. Create new filter view. Okay, I can do that, and now I click on that. You know why? Because it's picking up this top line as my that top line as my folder header, or as my column headers. There it is. Alright, so let's lock that down. Sorry about that. Now we can filter. Okay, so, and filter, there we go. Now we have all of the filters, and I'll just clear them all again, and I filter by flights, and here are the phrases that are connected specifically to flight. I'm very happy. Okay, now how did I get this range here? Let's show you how to do that. Turn that filter off, cancel. Okay, so now my range has just fallen off. There it is. There's my range. Now if I click on the range, you'll see that these are just simple words, and I'll call these values here. And when I click here, you'll see that the validation is click and enter a range from value. The range is 29 Feb, which is the name here, the sheet name. 29 Feb with value E2 to E10. E2 to E10. Now it all works, so I'm pleased with that, and I can continue using it. Keep in mind that if I want to add something, for example, animals, just for example, if I add animals and I go down here and I want to include, I want to change this so that it has animals, you'll see that the range has not been updated because I need to change this to E11. Now we do that, and I will select that, and then Tools, rather Data, Validation, And now I'm going to make this 11. I'll show you how to do that. What data, and I scroll back to my data. Here's my range. I select it, and you see that it updates it all magically. Click OK, E2 to E11, and I click Save. This is the help text. Click and enter a value from range. Click Save, and now I go back down to this bottom one, and you'll see that animals is now part of my list. Click on animals, and I'm good. But it's not going to be true for this one here because I didn't update all of it. I just updated this one range, because if I update all of them, I'll update these three right here. When I update them, it will wipe out all of my information, and I'll show you how to do that now. Go to Data, Validation, and you'll see I'll go ahead, I can type this in and just say E11, click Save, and my validation was not wiped out. Okay, so that's encouraging. That's very encouraging. And so now I have other sheets. Can I reuse this range somewhere else? And the answer is yes. So let's go to March and move that over, and I'll call this value as I did in the other, and now I'm going to give it validation. So data, validation, and now it's asking me where is my range. My range is on 29 Feb sheets. So I click here, and then I click on 29 Feb, and you see that this data validation window has not changed, at least not yet. Now I'm going to select my range right here, and it should have updated. Which it didn't. Maybe, let's try again. I click Select Data Range. Now it's going to ask what data. I'm on 29 Feb. I select the data, 29 Feb E2 E11, click OK, and now it takes me back to the data validation. The cell range is on 2 March, just to make sure that we're still sane here. 2 March, C2, we're good. 29 Feb, E2, E11 is the range, we're good. And if I click Save, I now have a little arrow that says the validation. Now I click on animals, and we're good. I can add all of these, or rather fill all of these cells with one go, just by clicking and dragging, and there we go. Now it picked up it picked up this value here, animals. It picked up this animal, this value, and it populated the whole cell, the whole column down in one go. But I can go back, actually farm authors. Okay, so this, I'm going to call this general, for example, and general, etc. So here's a sales question, etc., etc. That's how to use data validation across multiple sheets. Theoretically, there is a way to use data validation on a completely different page. I don't know how to do that yet, but maybe I'll show you how to do that once I figure it out. Again, that's data validation using Google Spreadsheets. Thank you for your time, and happy computing.